Good morning. So on behalf of the Jewish community of Rhodes, I warmly welcome you to the island and to the conference Echoes of Rhodes, Sephardic Culture in the Greek Mediterranean World. So Rhodes has been on the crossroads of cultures for a long time, and for centuries Sephardic Jewish life flourished here. And although our community was nearly destroyed during the Holocaust, its voice still resonates today through memory and music, as we're going to hear later, traditions, and this conference gives echoes, new life to those echoes. And I want especially to thank the organizers, Annett, Martini, and Marcelo, Benveniste, and all the participants for coming here and bringing your work and your presence. And may these next days inspire fruitful dialogue. Now, today, obviously, you all know that it's the International Day of Commemoration in the memory of the victims of the Holocaust. And we remember our ancestors by saying the same prayers, singing the same melodies. And I just want to take a minute to remember all who had perished 80 years ago. Just a minute of silence. Okay. Well, thank you. We will never forget them. So let's start with Aaron, I think. Or no, sorry, not Aaron. Annett, you coming back to speak? I got it all wrong.
Marcelo.
And Marcelo too. All right.
Yeah, good morning, dear speakers, dear colleagues, dear guests, dear friends. It is a great pleasure for me to welcome you warmly to our workshop Echoes of Rhodes. I'm really very delighted to see you all here today. Some of you have traveled considerable distances to be with us today, and I'm very grateful that you have taken the time and effort to share your expertise and your time and your perspectives with us. So therefore I would like to begin by thanking you for accepting our invitation and for joining us here in the Rhodes Hotel. At the very outset, I would also like to express my profound gratitude to Claudia Restis and Carmen Cohen. For many years, they have been dedicated to fostering Jewish life on Rhodes and to creating a space of remembrance and research devoted to the long and moving history of the Jewish community on this island. So thank you, Claudia and Carmen, for your openness to what was initially a rather tentative idea of Marcelo and me, to trace the history of an ancient Torah scroll and its previous owners here in Rhodes. Over the past year, this idea has evolved and has eventually resulted in what I think is a quite rich workshop program with a wide range of perspectives. So allow me to say a few words about the moment that sparked the idea. So about 2 years ago, in the context of our research project To Roll, which examines the production of ritually pure Torah scrolls and tefillin from both theoretical and practical perspectives, I came across a short online article, and it reported on a remarkably old Torah scroll written on the Iberian Peninsula, approximately 800-700 years old. According to the article, the scroll reached Rhodes after an eventful odyssey and is today host in the Holocaust Museum in Buenos Aires. Given to our project's particular interest in the materiality of medieval artifacts, I did not hesitate to contact the museum. And exactly 1 year ago, I was warmly welcomed in Buenos Aires by Serafina Perry and the entire team, whose enthusiasm for the project, for our research, and for the left a really lasting impression on me. One conversation in particular with Marcelo, Benveniste, and Serafina and another colleague from the museum, I don't remember her name, proved especially stimulating. They told me the story of the scroll's miraculous rescue, a story inseparably linked to the most devastating catastrophe the Jews of Rhodes experienced. In this context, I learned about the Turkish consul Selahattin Ülkümen, who courageously chose to protect the Turkish citizens from Nazi persecution, regardless of whether they were Muslim, Christian, or Jewish. When the raids began, he invoked a neutrality agreement between Germany and Turkey, insisting that Turkish citizens were entitled to full protection and should neither be imprisoned nor deported. While the vast majority of the approximately 1,800 Jews of Rhodes were deported and murdered in Auschwitz, some 1,000 miles from the island, Selahattin Ülkümen succeeded in ensuring that 40 to 50 Turkish Jews were allowed to remain on Rhodes. The Torah scrolls and other liturgical objects of the Sephardic community were likewise preserved through the intervention of Sheikh Suleiman Kaziloglu, I'm not sure I pronounce his name right, the Grand Mufti of the Muslim community on Rhodes during the German occupation in the Second World War. He concealed the Torah scrolls within the Murad Reis Mosque, hiding them beneath the pulpit, a location German troops would almost certainly not have searched. I also came to understand the profound significance that this Torah scroll still has for the Sephardic community in Buenos Aires, the descendants of the surviving Jews of Rhodes, and the remarkable personal commitment with which community members preserve and sustain Sephardic traditions, including the beautiful Ladino songs which continue to be performed and cherished, as we heard yesterday in the synagogue already. Marcelo and I ultimately agreed that the story of this scroll deserved to be told within a broader context against the backdrop of Sephardic culture on Rhodes and other Greek islands. So this conviction lies at the heart of this workshop. Thus, over the next 2 days, we will explore Sephardic written culture, follow Jewish traces across the island, listen to its musical heritage, and trace the migration routes to Argentina, where some of the grandchildren of the Jewish community of Rhodes live, and some of them are with us here today. So finally, I would like to express my deepest thanks to Marcelo, who introduced me to this history of this small and yet remarkable community, and whose support was indispensable in preparation for the workshop. So one thing is certain, without Marcelo we would not be here today. So now I wish all of us a stimulating, enriching and inspiring workshop. And I think Marcelo would also say.
I only just to say hello and welcome everyone. Thank you, Annett. All what I have to thank will be tomorrow in my presentation, just only want to say that this is our goal, is to spread the history of the Chiefs of Rhodes. When we put in an object or a story in a website or an object in an exhibition, we look for the people interested in that and understand the history, learn the history, and we always say the bad part of the history never again in the war. We want a war with peace, of course. Just only want to say that. Also, we are live online in our Sefarad channel in YouTube. We have an organization, I don't say that. We have, with my wife, Liliana, we have an organization, the Centro Cultural Sefarad, Sephardic Center, and a website is Sefarad. We 17 years, I don't know how much. We have this project to spread the culture of the Sephardim, and especially the history of the Chiefs of Rhodes. And okay, it's online. All the lecture will be online and remain in our channel youtube.com/issefarad. Okay, welcome everyone. Thank you again, Annett, for your trust. And okay, let's start. Yes. Thank you. And excuse me my English. I know this is not so good.